we had some interesting reports that came out. This was actually, I was kind of in and out, man. I was traveling a little bit, and I missed the initial. And you hooked me up with it, right?
I know, it's hilarious because as this stuff was happening, I think it was on a Monday. Was it Monday? Or I think it was Monday. As all this stuff was happening, I'm like, Moats is like traveling and stuff. He's not seeing this at all. All it was a little report that was on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
With Deke Pittsburgh Sports saying that the coaches are a little bit mad at Dotson. They think that he came into the offseason programs out of shape or like has not done anything in the offseason, hasn't put any work in. And then also the juiciest piece of the story, which is crazy, like after the fact, it's like, wow, why do we want to hear this? But at the same time, this is the thing that everyone's like drawn to. It's like, whoa, what about this drama? That Trey Turner was supposedly brought in as competition for Dotson.
Say it ain't so. What? Say it ain't so.
Not for DeCastro.
Oh, Lord, so you mean to tell me when they brought in Trey Turner while DeCastro was still here, they weren't fully ready to make the move from DeCastro? They was eyeing Dotson?
It's tough to believe. Dude, that's so hard to believe. As soon as we released DeCastro, we signed Turner.
That's all I'm saying.
Both on the right side.
That's all I'm saying.
But those are the reports.
Seen Trey on the left. I don't remember seeing him on the left. I watched a lot of his tapes, looked up the stuff. I didn't see any left. Interesting.
But everyone was going crazy about this news because Dotson has posted videos to Instagram.
Yeah.
He's had his trainer post videos of him training hard in the offseason. He's talked about working on the left side because remember when we interviewed him, he said he's only played right guard. Right guard. He's preferred right guard throughout his career, but now we need him at left guard.
Yeah.
So he's been working on that, and just from even the pictures, dude, like he looks pretty jacked this offseason. So that's why it was like why this story like this? Yeah. This doesn't do anything for us. We're like a month out of training camp, and then 2, we hadn't heard Dotson's response. That was the thing. So everyone was speculating. Like, This is a reputable reporter.
No, sir. Like I said, I didn't see it initially because I was traveling. But when you told me it was from DK, and I'm like DK Sports, and he's like, yeah. I'm like, no, he's legit. Like I like their little group they got going on, man. They got a nice little vibe. They are on the scene. They're part of that group of. All right, they're respectable. We listen to them a little bit, but man, so it's interesting though.
It's crazy because like it's so funny on this day. All this stuff happens like in the morning. We don't hear from Dotson, then all of a sudden Dotson responds in the afternoon. So what I was thinking from the initial report, my stance was like, I'm siding with Dotson. I don't really care if he's out of shape, this or that, because maybe he's just not out of shape. Maybe the story's BS. But even if he is out of shape, why does this matter right now? He could easily get himself in shape for training camp. Who the hell else is going to be our starting left guard for this team? Like, he was arguably maybe the best guy for our squad last year for the snaps that he played. Anyway, I was waiting to hear from Dotson. Then all of a sudden, the GOAT responds.
What did he say?
His Twitter says it all. He retweets a lot of people that he's associated with. So one of them is Jeff Schwartz. I don't know what connection he has with Dotson. I just know he's on ESPN.
Jeff, yeah.
But he goes and says this story is this horse shit? It looks like a pig emoji too. What is it? Bullshit. I think it's bullshit.
Oh, okay.
He said this story is bullshit. Got a dude from SI, Nick Faribault, says take it from someone who saw him live. Kevin Dotson's not out of shape. So Dotson's retweeting all this stuff. Dotson also responds to someone that comments. I'm sorry if I'm getting too confusing with all this. Because you drop your football stuff.
Absolutely.
I don't want to like lose you here with all these responses and reactions and comments. Like Dotson says, y'all ask him y'allself. People I train and train with know I work. A couple laughing emojis. And then someone responds to that. I'd walk in and have a chat with my coaches. It's their job to tell you, not the media.
True.
Fair point.
Yeah.
Dotson says coaches didn't say it. So this is even getting juicier. He has a few people that have trained with him. I think this is, I forget what his name is, but he's at Big Ticket 73. I think he's on the Jets. Mekhi Becton. I think that's what it is.
Okay.
He further agrees with Dotson, retweeting some of Dotson's stuff. Keith Ismail retweets some of Dotson's stuff. We see videos of Dotson training from his trainer getting retweeted. Even Zach Banner chimes in and is kind of laughing about the scenario, backing up Dotson. So that's what happened. That's what happened. So the final verdict after Dotson responding is like, all right, this story's BS. We just don't even care. This all happened within a span of like 6-7 hours.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Interesting though. Man.
There's so much to it. But then at the same time, it goes back to what I was saying. Does any of this matter? Like,
I mean, technically, yeah. If he's supposed to be our starter and he's supposed to be the best guy that we have, if he did show up and he was out of shape, how would you feel?
What I mean is, when it's week 1 or 2, like Dotson, he's just going to be the starter no matter what.
But see, I don't think that's necessarily the case, though.
Oof.
I don't. Out of shape, Dotson, you would put BJ Finney or JC Hassenauer. That's what I'm saying.
But I think that's what Dotson was getting at, though, with all these retweets, saying like, I am working hard. I'm not out of shape. My coaches haven't said this.
That is, but I wonder who the source is now, because that sounds like
there could be so many layers to this. Because is someone feeding the false information on purpose?
Right. Well, because I think of it a couple ways, right? First, we can address DK in where he could have got the information from. Then we can address what NFL shape is, because working out versus being in shape, it is a difference.
You said that was one of the questions I was going to bring up.
Big difference, though.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, and where you want to start? You want to start with DK first, or you want to start with the?
Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm a fly on the wall, man. I'm so open to hearing anything about this.
I guess for me, I do think that DK did hear it from someone. Like, I know DK. I respect.
He said he was
work.
A fan of Dotson, even. Like, he was a big fan of him last year.
Yeah, like I said, I respect DK's work. DK isn't gonna, like, it's certain people in media, they will create a story for the sake of creating a story. We know them. DK, though, I haven't had that experience with him. So if DK said it, he probably did hear it somewhere else. Now, we can't confirm who that source was, but he definitely heard it from someone that he trusted enough to put his name on it, because that's the thing, right? It doesn't benefit DK to necessarily make it up all the way, because you get the clicks this time.
People were shitting on him.
Right, but that's the thing, because after this, they don't respect you anymore. So you have to make them at least feel like you're legitimate or something about it. So that's the part where for DK, I'm just like, I don't think that he was necessarily telling something that was fabricated. I think that's just the information that he got, and now he has to be on the receiving end of it because the source is anonymous, and that's just how it goes in the business. So it sucks, but he could be telling the truth in terms of what he saw. But in terms of Dotson, right, in shape versus out of shape, I tell you all the time, I never care about guys posting workout videos. I don't care about a trainer posting a workout video. I
thought about when they were posting.
Yeah, I'm like, you can post every workout video you want, because how long is a workout video when it's posted on social media? 30 seconds, 2 minutes. Oh, it's a long video, 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes. Just think about if you're really working out, how long you think that workout has to be? Not 4 minutes long. So just understanding, like, for me, like, I've seen guys literally go in, work out for the video portion of it, and then walk out when the camera went off. I've seen it. And people swore up and down, this guy's in the best shape of his life. This guy, man, I'm ready to go to war with this guy. He's built like they said the man was built like a Spartan, like a 300 Spartan, I've heard. And then you show up in training camp and you're like, oh, them show muscles, they don't really do anything. They look good. They're good for show, but they don't do anything for you. And you whoop them dudes and you work them over. And from then on, I was like, yeah, you can post every workout video you want. And that's why for me, I would never post it, because I'm like, yeah, give me the perception that I'm not working out, because I know what I'm doing over here. I don't need people to vouch for it. And that was so that's why, like, when I see like that, I'm just like, that's not going to make me feel, oh, I really believe Dotson. For me, the reason why I don't feel like Dotson is out of shape is because of what I was able to see. That's the difference. Along with Dotson, hey, man, you have a new coach, Adrian Clem. You really think if Adrian Clem wanted it, if he thought you weren't in shape, he would just let that slide in his first year as the guy? Heck no, because he knows you're too valuable. He knows he needs you to be going. So if anything, it would be the reverse. If anything, if he was really out of shape, we would have known about this, I feel like, a lot sooner. And it would have came from Clem directly. Like, I feel like that's not something, and not even saying necessarily that we would have had to heard it, because I do think that he would have came out and said that. But also, I think that Dotson would have acknowledged it as well. As players, when it ain't up to snuff, you don't have an issue communicating that, but you also go and fix it. So for me, like, I don't think that Dotson is out of shape, but at the same time, the videos, they don't really make me feel like he's in shape either. But just from what I've seen, he didn't look out of shape. But it is a big difference between football shape and workout shape.
I get what you're saying. So you thought he was fine football-wise?
Yes, I thought he looked fine. But like, I work out, right? I'm in shape. I personally say I look great, man. In fact, I weigh.
You were getting those compliments.
Yeah, I mean, I weigh probably right at my playing weight, maybe a little bit less. I'm not in football shape though. Me going on playing 60 snaps? Nah, I'm not in shape for that. I'm in shape to go to the beach. I'm in shape for this. But that's different. But I could post a workout and you'll be over here like, yo, this dude ready for war.
You might need to do that. You should have pulled the Debo last year.
But that's my thing with it, man. I'm just like, man, he'll be good.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I don't think there's anything else really to the story. That
I feel like he's straight,
Dotson's the guy. I mean, the Trey Turner part of it came out after we signed him.
That is so weird.
Once we released the Castro, so it's like, what's the point in this now?
And especially them saying that he was for him. I just don't. Trey's a right guard. He's not a left guard. Yeah, I just don't see why you would do that.
No, because he's only played right guard.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see why you would have even done that.
And he's not, and this goes back to what we were saying with Trey Turner. Like, he's not looking to be a depth piece or just like competing.
Exactly.
Especially for left guard.
Yeah, bro. It makes zero sense, man.
That's why the report was just so random. But the day was hilarious with all of it.
It's crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
But somebody did ask, though. They were saying, is anyone in football shape in July? It was just up here, just like popped up out the screen. But honestly, man, in terms of football shape, right? Technically, you're never in game shape until you play in games. But during July, as a professional athlete, if you're not in shape by July, you are not going to be in shape by the season. Trying to get in shape in a month's time for an NFL season is too late. Honestly, it's way too late. Like, this is why you typically, if the season ends in January, February, you take a month off tops, but you're back at it March at the absolute latest to start getting your body back going, because once OTAs hit, you don't get enough reps to play yourself into shape. Training, it's not like, 20 years ago where OTAs were a lot longer, training camp was a lot longer. They are slimming it, right? 4 weeks here, 4 weeks training camp.
Extra regular season game.
Absolutely. We talked about it. It's the opposite. So if you're not in shape by the time you get here for OTAs, yeah, bro, your program is already behind the 8-ball. And then when you get to training camp, if you're trying to play yourself into shape over a 3-week training camp period where you're only able to practice 4 days on, mandatory 1 day off, can't have this many padded practices, it's not happening. They can't even make the people work out too much in terms of like the amount of time that you are allowed to be doing football or workouts. It's not enough time in the day for a guy to come in and play himself into shape. So yes, you would hope these guys are in shape by now. Otherwise, it's really, really bad.